guardian of the papers.
A man grown grey in the service of the state. A favoured guest in the most exalted houses. His patriotism is above suspicion.
And the other keys?
Mr. Sidney Johnson, the senior clerk and draftsman.
A silent, morose man, not popular, but a hard worker.
His wife corroborates his account of the matter. He was at home the whole of Monday night, and the keys never left the watch chain upon which they hang.
What sort of fellow was this man, West?
Hot-headed, rather impetuous. His duties brought him into daily contact with the plans.
Who locked them up that night?
Johnson, the senior clerk.
And yet they were found on the person of the junior clerk. Well, I mean, that seems final, does it not?
Yes, but
why would he take
And if you think of any reason why he should take them up to London except to sell them?
Nope.
You must take that as our working hypothesis. West could only have done this with false keys. He opens the safe, takes out some papers, goes up to London to see a foreign agent. He has to have them back before morning, or the loss will be discovered. He took away 10, 7 were in his pocket. What became of the other 3? He certainly wouldn't leave them of his own free will.
it all seems perfectly clear to me. As you say, Mr. Holmes, West stole the plans in order to sell them. He met the agent, but they could not agree as to a price. So West returned home again, but the agent followed him. In the train, the agent murdered him, took the more essential papers, and threw the body from the railway carriage. Now, that would explain everything, would it not?
It's good. It's very good, Bradstreet. Your theory holds together. But if that is so, the case is at an end. On the one hand, the traitor is dead. On the other, the plans of the Bruce Partington submarine are presumably somewhere on the continent. I mean, what is there for me to do?
To act, Sherlock. To act. All my instincts are against this explanation. And yours, too, I think. We are not brothers for nothing. Use your powers. Go to the scene. Question the people concerned. Leave no stone unturned. In all your career, you'll never have a greater chance of serving your country.
If you, on your part, will be kind enough to send me a complete list of foreign spies and international agents known to be in England, and their full address. Either we, on our part, can begin our investigation by a visit to Aldgate Station, Bradstreet. Watson! Mrs. Hudson! Good evening! When was the body found?
Near enough to 6 o'clock, sir, Tuesday morning. He must have fallen from a train sometime Monday night.
Have the carriage has been examined for any signs of violence?
No such trace of violence has been found.
a report of a door found open?
We can tell the approximate time that he entered the train from his ticket.
There was no ticket on the body.
That is really very singular. In my experience, it is not possible to reach the platform of the Metropolitan line without exhibiting one's ticket. Is that not so?
Quite correct, sir.
Surely the murderer would have removed the ticket before throwing West from the train so as not to reveal the name of the station nearest his place of residence.
I think the doctor has it.
What else did he have in his possession, besides the fatal papers and no ticket?
Usual things. Pocketbook, note case, checkbook. Oh, and 2 tickets for the dress circle of the Woolwich Theatre for that very evening. It appears that West was to have attended the performance in the company of his fiancée, Miss Violet Westbury. She was the last person to see him alive on the fatal night. They were walking to the theatre together in the fog when he suddenly left her.
Suddenly, without explanation?
No.
There appears to be no bleeding on the line.
Well, there was hardly any trace of blood to be found.
Yes, I gather there was a considerable wound consistent with a man falling from a moving train.
Well, it was a terrible thing to see, sir. The head was knocked right in and the bone crushed. And yet there was no great external injury.
One would expect some blood. Now, the line runs northeast.
Yes, the track divides here, sir. And there's a branch line goes south under the river to rather higher than New Cross.
The points. The points. I suppose there are no great number of points in a system such as this.
Well, there are very few, sir.
Points. And a girl. Oh, by Jove. If it will only serve.
What is it? Holmes, do you have a clue?
Well, it's an idea, Bradstreet. An indication. But the case certainly grows in interest. It's unique. Perfectly unique. And yet, why not? There is material here, Watson. There is scope. I was dull, indeed, not to see its possibilities.
Now I confess it's dark to me.
And to me also. But I now have hold of an idea which may lead us far. Now, I think Sir James, the guardian of the plans, claims our first attention. Plumstead Hall!
Well, Holmes? Your idea?
Oh, yes. The man West was killed not by falling or being thrown from a moving train. He met his death elsewhere, and his body was on the roof of the carriage.
On the roof?
Well, consider the facts. Is it a coincidence that the body was found in the very place where the train brakes and sways as it comes round on the points? The sudden slowing would affect no object inside the carriage, but an object such as a body on the roof. And there's a question of the blood. Of course, there was no bleeding on the line if the body bled elsewhere. Each fact is suggestive in itself. Together they have a cumulative force.
Yes, and the ticket, too.
That would explain the absence of the ticket. Watson, it all fits together.
Please, wait.
Come in, please, gentlemen. We were expecting you.
Ah, gentlemen. Thank you, Baines.
Thank you, sir.
If you'll follow me, the body is upstairs.
No, wait, one moment.
Are you not the undertakers?
Excuse me, Sir James. I am Dr. Watson, and this is Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Good heavens.
We are helping the authorities in the case of the missing papers.
My brother, Sir James Walter, died this morning. I am Colonel Valentine Walter. Please, gentlemen, come here.
We are very sorry, sir.
Thank you. I'm afraid it has been a great shock.
But may I ask, how did your brother die?
It was this horrible scandal. My brother was a man of very sensitive honor. He was fiercely proud of the efficiency of his department. The theft of the plans was a crushing blow. It broke his heart.
We were hoping Sir James might have been able to help.
I assure you, it was as much a mystery to him as it is to all of us. Naturally, he had no doubt that West was guilty, but why he should have done such a thing? Now, of course, we shall never know.
So, you can throw no light on the matter?
Me? I'm afraid I know nothing save what I've read or heard.
And you never met Cadogan West?
No, I have not been back in the country long. My brother's work was of a highly confidential nature. He did not discuss it with me. Gentlemen, I do not wish to seem discourteous, but we are much disturbed at present. I must ask you to hasten this interview to an end.
We're so sorry to have caused you so much trouble.